Here we are discussing about the Sangha philosophy in Buddhism, which is given by the Lord Buddha about nature, people mindfulness, meditation, and so on. Topic: the path within and without. Characters: Anya, a curious seeker, eager to learn. Bodhi, a calm, experienced practitioner, offering guidance. Sound of gentle chimes fading to silence. A peaceful, ambient background sound, like distant nature or soft instrumental music, begins and continues subtly throughout. Welcome, Anya. Please, make yourself comfortable. Anya: thank you, Bodhi. I appreciate you taking the time. I've been so curious about Buddhism, especially the concept of the Sangha and how its philosophy applies to everyday life. Things like nature, how we relate to people, and especially how to manage our own minds. Anya: so it's not just about appreciating a beautiful landscape. Bodhi: far from it. It's about recognizing the impermanence and interdependence inherent in all phenomena. Look at a tree. It relies on soil, water, sunlight, air. It doesn't exist independently. When we observe nature, we see constant change: birth, growth, decay, and death. This mirrors our own existence and the existence of everything around us. The Buddha taught that clinging to anything as permanent or separate brings suffering. Nature is a constant, gentle reminder of anicca, impermanence, and anatta, non-self. Anya: non-self, that's a challenging concept for me. It feels like it denies who I am. Bodhi: it doesn't deny your existence, Anya. Rather, it challenges the notion of a fixed, unchanging self. Think of yourself not as a solid, static entity, but as a river, constantly flowing, changing, new water arriving, old water departing, yet we still call it the same river. Anya: so it's not just about appreciating a beautiful landscape. Bodhi: far from it. It's about recognizing the impermanence and interdependence inherent in all phenomena. Look at a tree. It relies on soil, water, sunlight, air. It doesn't exist independently. When we observe nature, we see constant change: birth, growth, decay, and death. This mirrors our own existence and the existence of everything around us. The Buddha taught that clinging to anything as permanent or separate brings suffering. Nature is a constant, gentle reminder of anicca, impermanence, and anatta, non-self. Anya: non-self, that's a challenging concept for me. It feels like it denies who I am. Bodhi: it doesn't deny your existence, Anya. Rather, it challenges the notion of a fixed, unchanging self. Think of yourself not as a solid, static entity, but as a river, constantly flowing, changing, new water arriving, old water departing, yet we still call it the same river. Our bodies change, our thoughts change, our feelings change. The self is a collection of these ever-changing processes, not a permanent essence. When we understand this, we develop less clinging, less attachment, and more freedom. Anya: so observing nature helps us understand ourselves better? Bodhi: precisely. And this understanding naturally extends to how we relate to other people. If we see ourselves as fluid, interconnected beings, then we begin to see others in the same light. The illusion of a separate, fixed self often leads to division, judgment, and conflict. The Buddha emphasized compassion, karuna, and loving kindness, metta, towards all beings. He taught that just as a mother would protect her only child, so too should one cultivate a boundless heart towards all living things. Anya: that's a beautiful teaching, but it's hard to always feel that way, especially when people are difficult or hurt us. Bodhi: indeed it is. And this is where the practice of mindfulness becomes crucial. We cannot control what others do, but we can learn to control our reactions, our internal landscape. The Buddha's core teaching on mindfulness, often found in the Satipatthana Sutta, involves being present and aware of our body, feelings, mind, and phenomena as they arise without judgment. Anya, so just observing, not reacting? That sounds incredibly difficult. Bodhi, it is a practice, not a destination. Think of it like this. When a thought or an emotion arises, perhaps anger or frustration with someone, instead of immediately identifying with it and acting on it, we simply notice it. Ah, anger is present. We acknowledge its presence, like observing a cloud passing in the sky. We don't try to push it away, nor do we invite it to stay. We simply observe its nature, how it feels in the body, how it affects the mind. Anya, and by doing that, what happens? Bodhi, by observing, we create a space between the stimulus and our reaction. This space is liberation. We see that the thought or emotion is not us. It is merely a passing phenomenon. Just as a cloud forms, drifts, and dissipates, so too do our thoughts and feelings. This detachment, this non-identification, weakens their grip on us. We gain clarity and the power to choose our response, rather than being driven by impulse. Anya, that sounds like a powerful way to control one's mind. So, mindfulness is the key to mind control? Body, mindfulness, or sati, is a vital component. It's the awareness. But to truly control, or rather to skillfully direct the mind, the Buddha also taught the development of concentration, samatha, and wisdom, vipassana. These two work hand in hand. Anya, can you explain those? Bodhi. Certainly. Samatha, or calm abiding, is the practice of developing a stable, focused mind. This is often cultivated through practices like breath meditation. By consistently bringing your attention back to the breath, you train the mind to settle, to become less agitated, less scattered. Imagine a muddy pond. If you constantly stir it, it remains cloudy. But if you let it sit undisturbed, the sediment settles and the water becomes clear. Samatha is like letting the mind settle. Anya, so, focusing on the breath clears the mind? Bodhi. Yes, it provides a single point of focus that allows the mind's incessant chatter to gradually quieten. As the mind becomes calmer and more concentrated, then vipassana, or insight meditation, truly flourishes. With a clear, stable mind, you can then observe the true nature of reality with profound insight, seeing impermanence, suffering, and non-self directly, not just intellectually. This direct seeing